This is where it's at.
Hi, Trey.
What's going on?
I have a question.
Okay, shoot.
Did you bike over here?
Not today. It's
Did you
fucking pouring.
cycle over here? I guess I should say.
I did go for a ride before I came over here.
It is pouring rain. The reason I ask is because apparently, and again, anybody who's new to the show, Trey has started to ride his, would you call it a mountain bike?
Mountain bike, yeah.
He started to ride his mountain bike in the mornings, at night. It's all the time. Mountain bike. And he's loving it. And he looks good. He's in shape. Thinner than me. But I was sent this by a mutual friend of ours. I'll call him a listener. And he said that there was a poll for some reason, and that 79% of the country thinks we should abolish cycling.
Holy shit. Why?
79%. He did not elaborate, but I will. I just got this from him, so I had to say it.
Abolish cycling.
I couldn't wait. You know, all these people out here that, Ryan, you need to have your facts straight, be ready to go. No, not for this. This needed to be said immediately. So I am going to ask, and I will elaborate to figure out what the poll was, but he said it was just a poll taken. And I think it probably was a sports poll. Like, we don't need to watch cycling, maybe, or, you know, it's not a...
I can see that.
You know what I mean? But
I didn't watch cycling.
But mountain biking on a trail for exercise and to get escape, you know, I don't consider that the same thing.
Although I've ran into a few asshole cyclists here recently. One of my... I don't know if I call them fellow brethren, but man, these guys come around the corner.
Like more like a cyclist versus mountain biking.
Not like me tooting around on the fucking sidewalk. No, these assholes come flying around the corner like they're in a competition. And so, yeah, I've almost been run over by those assholes a couple times. So,
are they yelling right and left?
No, I'm too busy screaming trying to get out of the way. So yeah.
Oh, man. Are you going to get hit by a car first or one of these guys first?
At this point, it's
or a bunny rabbit
chance. These bunny rabbits, I mean, they'll run up beside me and then just cut across real quick. I did see a rat shoot down the street. I think he got hit by a car, and I saw it tumbling, and then all of a sudden it stopped, got on all four legs, and took off across the street. So,
that's disgusting.
That was crazy.
That means that guy is a beast mode.
I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, so, eat your hearts out, New York or Texas rats.
Yeah. So, man, that thing tumbled a few times and then bolted. So,
yeah,
hats off to him. Good job.
Well, I'm glad you're still liking the biking.
Yep. I do have a follow-up story. I thought...
More biking.
Okay. I thought I had gotten rid of the mountain lion.
God, the mountain lion. I forgot about the mountain lion.
Just to recap, there is a mountain lion out there tracking me, and I don't care who believes me, but it is. It's real.
Should I tell people? Again, a lot of the missing episodes, Trey had mentioned that there was a news story that a mountain lion was spotted nearby where he was biking, and now he has a little anxiety about it.
A little anxiety, yeah.
So anyway, continue.
So the other day I was riding along and came around a corner. It's a very narrow corner behind a church near where I ride, and on this little trail, very wooded area. And I came around this corner eye to eye with a bobcat. I swear to
Seriously?
God. Yes. And
they're not that nice either.
I sat there and looked. I mean, as I came around the corner, it was a blind corner. So I came around the corner. I'm face to face with this thing. I'm sitting there thinking, okay, is this a cat? Just a real big cat? It was big.
Are you sure it wasn't?
He looked me dead in my eye.
Okay.
And I think he might have laughed at me a little bit. And he jumped over the fence and left. So I was like, okay, no big deal. Kept riding. The only problem with this is the very next day, that same spot, there's a dead raccoon.
What?
Laying in the middle of a sidewalk.
And raccoons they're not easy kills. Those guys are feisty.
And this is not a deal where it got hit on the street and flew over or somebody moved it over off the street. No, this was behind a building down one of these trails. So it's almost like this bobcat.
And that's where he was.
Or mountain lion was sending a message. It makes me wonder. Because this is a trail I ride every day.
He's like, this could be you.
So now he finds me because of this bobcat. So I started thinking, like, do you think a mountain lion is mobbed up?
I was going to say, maybe.
Do they have mob ties in DFW?
They're in this together. The bobcat's like working for the mountain lion. Is that what you're insinuating?
Because the bobcat is working for the mountain lion and is sending a message by bringing this dead raccoon, and it was laying right in the middle of the sidewalk. It wasn't off to the side, anything. It was right down the middle.
Did the bobcat wink at you before he jumped over the fence? Maybe.
He made sure to make eye contact that he knew who I was.
He let you know.
He let me know that he found me, and I think he was going to report that he found me. So I don't know what's going on right now.
Well, at least put a what do you call those? The cameras on your head, on your helmet. What do you call those?
Oh, like a GoPro?
GoPro. Put that on your helmet. That way, if you do die, we have footage.
And I came around the corner. I know we discussed how to survive a mountain lion, whether it's...
True. You got to sing. Sing. Right.
But I couldn't think that quick. I was like, what song am I going to sing right now?
Go a little rap.
And by the time I was trying to think of a song, he jumped up on the fence and left.
It'd be fun if you couldn't think of a song and then out came like Hanson or the Jonas Brothers.
It would have been, or Britney Spears or something. So, yeah. So that was my story.
Oh, man.
I don't know if they're out for me.
You're telling me that you think that all large cats, other than house cats, might be, who knows, maybe the house cats are involved, are all a part of a mob.
DFW mob.
The DFW large cat mob.
Large cat mob.
Whereas about 2 months ago, before you and I started this venture, I didn't think there were cats bigger than a house cat in Texas.
This thing was big.
Or in DFW, I should say.
It had a bobtail to it. It had these round spots on it.
So you're pretty sure this is a bobcat?
I'm assuming it was a bobcat.
Or a really big cat.
I mean, as I was about to squeal, it took off. So...
So nobody's around to see this?
Of course not.
Of course. You looked around and you're like, really?
Yeah.
Really? Anybody?
And it was, like I said, it was behind this church building. So it's kind of a secluded little area back there. So it was almost like it was ready
That makes it even more morbid. It's like behind a church.
Yeah.
And it's like killing things, right?
So leaving the raccoon just to add the
and again, I'll say it. A raccoon is not like this.
Yeah.
Raccoons are mean, and they're not small. I mean, a bobcat I didn't think was that big, but if this thing took care of that raccoon, you better look out, my man.
So now I'm worried.
Have your phone ready. Have your earbuds in. Your phone ready on dial. I prefer it to be me, but if it's somebody else, that's fine.
Capture the attack.
Well, no, just so you can dial somebody on speed dial.
All they're going to hear is screaming.
That's fine. At least we'll know. Maybe we can track it. We need to get that tracker app that,
Yeah.
When you go bike riding, there need to be 5 people at all times that know where
I am. That's why my mom always tells me, make sure you text me when you get home.
I think, look, Mama Trey, if you're listening to this, I got you. I'm going to make sure that your boy lets us see him on the map.
Yeah.
That's funny, though. I thought we were done with this mountain lion, but apparently he's just toying with you.
Guess it's warm weather's ready to roll now.
That's the deal.
We
had winter weather, and he was just kind of like hanging out. And now it's like the prime time.
And now he's ready to.
That's right. Well, that's good. You need to keep me updated. I think our listeners, the ones that were privy to the first 3 episodes, And again, some of you might be in the future. We'll see.
These stories are real.
But right, we are real. And so I want you to keep everybody posted because I think that it's interesting. Especially because, look, Dallas-Fort Worth, mountain lion, really? Really? And
Maybe.
so I look, we need to be breaking this story.
Maybe I do need to get a little GoPro.
I think so.
Capture the final moments.
I think so. So check this out. Anybody that already listened to our last episode, and I know there are many of you that just as soon as it comes out, no matter what you're doing, screw work, screw whatever, you just hit play on the app, whichever one you choose. We're everywhere. The last episode had a story about. Well, it didn't have a story. It had a discussion about assisted suicide. And Trey and I kind of went back and forth, and I think we both landed on the idea that we support assisted suicide in the case. I mean, it's the decision of the person that is going to die. And we had, as soon as we beg for somebody to come on and let's interact on social media, and you guys, you can go look and see, and I hope this person doesn't get upset, but somebody came on and asked, how do I get in touch with somebody? And at first I said, well, I've given it every episode, right, Trey? Stuff at stayinthegravepodcast.com with an AY podcast on the end. We've done that. Or social media, which you're doing right now. So what is your question? She goes, no. How do I get a hold of somebody if I want assisted suicide?
Whoa.
Yeah. And I kind of stepped back and I was like, oh, maybe we're... Stay in the Grave podcast is getting serious and touching lives in a weird way. And I said immediately, unfortunately, in this case, Stay in the Grave podcast does not offer those services.
We do not.
But if you contact a hospital in one of the states that it is legal in, I'm sure they can advise you.
Find you a padded room or something.
Of course, it got me thinking, maybe this is a service we could, let's just call the guys that Stay in the Grave podcast, and they'll roll over here and pull the plug, right?
Well, that was interesting that both of us thought of that as a business venture because we take it out of the family hands. Because I think either one of us would never want to have to pull the plug on a family member, a friend, or anything like that.
No way.
So why not hire a third party?
Mm-hmm.
We come in, doctor points to the room, we go pull the plug. God forbid we pull the wrong one. We got to make sure we have to verify that.
We don't want to kill the wrong person.
The right bed, left bed, which one is it?
Stage right, stage left.
Would it be okay to have a sandwich in one hand while we're in there? Pull the plug.
Cold beer.
Would it be bad if one of the family members is hot and we start hitting on them?
Oh my God.
Is that bad?
Invite her to the lifestyle club.
There we go. So, I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting.
Well, you're just comforting the family. I mean, that's all it is.
I don't know if it's really comforting. I mean, we walk in, pull the plug. Do we do the little cross symbol with our hands and then
we just have to read the room.
Read the room.
Yeah, read the room. If they seem religious and they do it, then we do it. If they don't do it,
make eye contact as we pull the plug.
I think that they would appreciate that.
Is it a slow pull, or do we just yank that and walk out?
I'm gonna go with yank.
Almost like a
yank and go.
Walk-off home run. Just go.
Hashtag yank and go.
Yank and go. I like it.
Hashtag yank and go. I think that families will appreciate this because they'll always, instead of feeling guilt the rest of their lives, they'll always think of the two idiots that waltzed in with Stay in the Grave t-shirts and hats.
Yes.
With a
Maybe
service.
some coasters.
Yeah, we flung coasters at them as we pulled the plug. Placed a business card on the
deceased forehead. And
we walked out. And so I want to let anybody know that if somebody else was wanting to know this, we're working on it. We're working on getting this.
Are we?
So yeah, we'll see. I mean, when I say working on it, I mean this is about as far as we've got. Talking about it. But anyway, in all seriousness, I thought that was something that I wasn't ready for. Honestly,
I don't think I was ready for that either.
I was kind of like,
wow.
I mean, we're talking about some serious stuff, but I recommend you probably call a medical facility and talk with somebody.
Talk to somebody quickly.
We are not, disclaimer, Trey and Ryan are not qualified to give you this opinion.
Nope.
If you really must know.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
No.
Yep. So I thought that was interesting. I wanted to let you know.
That is crazy.
Have you thought about our upcoming trip to Africa at all?
I am looking forward to getting away from the heat.
Yeah.
I've started looking at swimsuits because I want to make sure when we go swimming, look good.
Well, when we lay out on the banks, it's in sight of everything pretty much. So
is it bad taste to wear a big American flag bathing suit?
I don't think so. I mean, I think that they appreciate American.
Maybe a Texas flag bathing suit would be a little bit better.
Why not? Honestly, I'd be willing to wear a Democratic Republic of Congo swimsuit.
That's a good idea too.
If they wanted.
I could do that.
We could also do Nigeria or Kenya, either one. We could just rotate.
Yeah.
To make everybody.
We'll be there for a while. Probably need a couple.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't want,
that makes sense.
Same one every day. I mean, as clean as the Nile is. So the reason I ask if you have thought about it is I started researching some methods because if you must know, there might be some situations that we are going to be put in that we need to get out of.
Like sexual situations?
Well, in this case, I hope not, because I'm talking about crocodiles.
Oh.
And
aren't they as scared of us as we are of them?
Well, that's what we thought.
Oh, okay.
But, in all fairness, this article was about alligators, but it's the same thing, right?
Same thing. They're both
something about their
creatures.
Something about their noses being a little different is the only thing. I
think
personality-wise, they're the exact same. So I'm going to go with this. So if you come across an alligator, or in this case, a crocodile, just in case they happen to swim up, they're in the Nile, they're not supposed to be. It's not crocodile season, right? We talked about that. They go up to 11 miles per hour on land. Can you run
on land?
Can we run 11 miles per hour?
I can't even ride a bike 11 miles per hour.
Even if it's for like 10 seconds, because apparently they can't do it very long. It's just it's like a burst.
Those little bitty legs don't go very.
No, they're just like, okay, I'm done. They want easy prey. So,
do you zigzag or do you go straight?
I'm so glad you asked that because that was the first point.
Oh,
have you read this? Did you research? The first thing is that you do not run in a zigzag.
Do not.
It says literally run in a straight line as fast as you can.
Gotcha. No zigzagging.
I didn't need to research to know that.
God,
just
run. Pull a muscle.
Basically, just run.
Gotcha.
Just go because it says literally, and I quote,
no zigzag.
Zigzagging takes longer to get to the destination.
Oh. Gotcha.
So that's number one. Number two is if it does bite you and you're not lucky enough to get away with a straight run, don't try and pry its mouth open.
Okay, yeah, because the jaws are
3,000 pounds of pressure in a bite. So you want to go for its snout and its eyes. Okay. Which seems
what do you do to
legit.
The snout?
You just punch it like a shark. That's the thing I heard about sharks.
Holy shit.
Just do anything. Grab a rock, grab a stick.
Where's
something.
a Koro during all this?
Well, I don't know. He's probably gone. He's faster than we are.
What about Chiambo?
Both of them are gone. Koro and Chiambo, they're 5 times past where we are.
Fuck
because
those guys.
Yeah. Guys, if we're there, don't leave us. So the last thing is, which is I think the funniest thing, because I can see us doing this. Don't play dead.
I could play dead.
Right, we're good at that, right? That's what you do for that's what you do for bears. Apparently, if you play dead, it's easy prey, and they're like, "Thank you," and they just grab you and take you. I can see one of us or both of us going, "All right, Trey, just curl up like this."
He won't see us.
They won't see us. And then we're done.
I'm gonna trip and fall is what's gonna happen, and then I'm just gonna stay there. Hoping to God he doesn't find me.
Do not stay there.
Don't stay there.
Get up and run in a straight line as fast as you can.
No zigzag.
You need to get up to 11.1 miles an hour.
Holy shit.
If you're 11.1, I think you might take him. I just need to be 1/10 faster than you. Which I don't know if I am. I mean, you've been biking. You're in shape. You're skinny.
I know a Koro and Chiambo is going to be fucking taking selfies as they laugh at us running from these crocodiles or alligators, and just fuck that.
Yeah. Good luck on your podcast. Now I can hear it. You know what? Why are you guys being assholes?
I guess we don't need arms to talk on the podcast or legs.
Yeah, no, we're good. But anyway, I thought that was good research for the trip. I wanted
be prepared
to let you know that. I'm taking this seriously.
Prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
Well, what it got me thinking about was, and animal attacks. And you and I have recently spoken of another animal attack. It's not a fish, contrary to what you mentioned on the last podcast.
Did I mention it was a fish?
You might have missed that. I was going to bring it.
Did I say it was a fish?
I think you did, but orcas are
big fish.
Big. They're big. They are big.
Huge fish.
They are part of the dolphin community. They are mammals. And so I started looking for follow-up stories on our killer whale attacks. Anybody that hasn't listened to the last show, really quickly, off the coast of Spain and Portugal, there have been a lot of killer whale / orca attacks, and they've been together. They've been like 3 to 6 of these things come together and like attack the boat. They think it's by one woman. One woman.
It's got to be a woman.
One female killer whale has kind of like got the gang together, and they're just attacking these boats. And so we offered that story last episode.
I wonder if she got ghosted.
She probably or orbited even.
Orbited.
Definitely not submarine.
No.
So we mentioned that last episode, and I went and I said, you know what? Here at Stay in the Gray, we like to make sure we follow up. We don't want to just leave you hanging. And so I haven't seen another one yet. Have you read anything about another attack?
I have not. No. That's interesting.
What makes because they were like every couple days for about 6 months. So what this makes me think, Trey, and I'm worried that they're now waiting for us to get in the water.
Well, you would think people would stop getting in the water if they keep getting attacked by big fish.
That's true.
Big mammal fish.
I don't think anybody's got in the water. I think they're in a boat. But I'm worried they're waiting for us to get into a boat.
Yeah.
Because we're outing them, essentially. But
do you think they're listening?
I mean, I did get one listen from the Atlantic Ocean bottoms.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I wonder if the Portugal listener was actually a whale off the coast that was using a VPN, I should say. I learned that.
Unbelievable.
But there's a similar manual on what not to do with orca whales. Did you know that?
I did not. Do you run in a straight line on this one too?
Yes. Swim in a straight line. And it got me thinking, and Trey and I wanted to give this to you guys so that you have a manual for this. If you're in this situation, never enter the water.
Done.
I saw that and I said, I think we'll be okay with this one.
Survival.
Just basically stay on the boat.
Yeah.
Can you imagine somebody like, we're getting attacked, let's jump in the water? Okay.
That's stupid.
Never into the water. Number 2. If you're on the boat, maintain a distance and turn off your engine. So if you're like, I guess, in a boat that's definitely a small boat, you turn off your engine like a speedboat. But I think you're done. If you're out with 5 orca whales or killer whales in a speedboat, they're going to get you if they want to get you, right?
So I guess they're saying a speedboat is not as fast as a big fish.
I would think it would be if you get one of those really fast ones. But again, if you're not ready for it and they just start attacking.
I wonder how fast they swim.
Well, maybe we should look that up, Trey.
We should Google that.
I'll look that up while we're talking here.
How fast is a big fish swim?
35 miles an hour. See how fast I did that?
You would think does a speedboat not?
You would think so. I think what they're saying, though, is that you don't know where they are. And at any point, they can, like...
pop up.
Yeah, and I don't think... Maybe if a boat's going 70 miles an hour, it could do some damage. But
you do zigzags.
Maybe this is where you zigzag, and with crocodiles, you run straight.
Run.
Okay.
Don't run from orcas.
Either way, maintain your distance if you can. Turn off the engine. And this is what was funny, is it literally said, I don't understand. Maybe they were transferring from meters or something like that, but it said on the article, the distance they recommend is between 164 and 328 feet. I mean, what? 164? Why not 150 or 175?
Or 65.
Or 65. So I think they must have been, but I just thought that was funny. Lastly, always approach a killer whale from the side. Don't come head on and don't come from behind.
Well, definitely don't come from behind.
Right. But they act like we have the choice. They act like these killer whales are at our disposal. Like we can just decide what to do. they're just saying, like, if you see them, don't just come up on them from behind because that spooks them or something like that. Well, if they already know you're there. So I thought that was interesting. That was my update on killer whales. For any of you that are in that area, in that region, the Iberian Peninsula, don't the way the Iberian Peninsula,
Iberian,
that leads into the Mediterranean Sea, which is where all the killer whales hang out.
Gotcha.
And apparently, all you need to do is just don't enter the water.
Done.
I think that if you're on a big boat, you may be rocked around and it may do some damage. I can't imagine it's going to sink some big thing. At this point, if you've heard all of these stories and you go out there and you're in a little bitty boat, then you're an idiot.
And you're stupid.
Then, in fact, just jump in the water.
Yeah.
Because, survival of the fittest. So there's my updates. Crocodile alligators / orca killer whales.
Nice. I'm never going to get in the water again. Thank you.
Yeah, well, especially over there. I mean, I don't think that there are any killer whales in like Lake Louisville.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure. I can't give you 100%.
See?
But apparently there's whales in Loch Ness, so
there you go.
Who knows?
A lot of whale penises.
A lot of whale penises just floating around, exposing themselves. Do you think it feels good? Is that why they stick them out of the water?
That's a good question. I have to try that sometime.
Is it a way to arouse them?
Do you think that we would get kicked out of a pool if we were floating on our backs and just...
Excuse me, this is research. We're just trying to see how it feels.
Do I look like the Loch Ness Monster right now?
Yeah.
Pull it out.
You were faked out, weren't you, lifeguard?
You thought it was a Loch Ness, didn't you?
You thought it was a monster.
You thought it was Nessie.
You thought it was a monster. Let's not try that.
Okay.
Or let's do. I don't care. So let me go ahead and this is probably maybe one of the strangest stories. I don't know. Hopefully you're kind of excited when I say that. That we've probably talked about here.
That is interesting because we've talked about some weird shit.
Although the first advertisement that comes up is about a bobcat, so goodness, Trey, maybe there's something to it. But in Canada, and of course they don't say where, which is kind of silly. I really did try and look, and I looked at like 5 different places. They just said in Canada, and I think it's Western Canada. I think it's like
it's got to be Western Canada.
That's Eastern. I think it's British Columbia, which is where Vancouver is. West side, above Washington and Idaho.
Gotcha.
So apparently, I don't know how to intro it, so I'm just going to do it. There was a father and a daughter, and the daughter didn't live there, but the father said, you know what, this deer about, 50 feet away from the house has died, but apparently there are a bunch of cool large cats, whether they're mountain lions or bobcats or kitty cats in the area, and they set up a camera to get kind of activity of the animals coming to feed on this deer carcass.
Okay.
And the man woke up the next day, and guess what he saw on his camera? He saw
alligators.
How messed up would that be?
Right.
The new Canadian alligator.
Or an orca.
Or an orca whale. Had rolled onto the shore from somewhere.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Anyway.
What he saw was, it sounds so ridiculous. 2 women.
Okay.
Topless.
Nice.
Wearing like a, what do you call it? Like an animal skin bottom.
Okay.
Like skirt kind of thing that allowed their legs to show. And they had on what appeared to be wigs. He swore that on the camera, one of them looked like there was blonde hair and that the wigs were obvious to maybe a disguise. And they were doing some sort of a ritual and a chant as they ate the deer carcass.
No shit.
They were moving around the deer carcass, and one of them brought one of the hoofs, I don't mean to gross everybody out, up to their mouths and started gnawing on it.
Holy shit.
And they ate and fed on this deer carcass.
Just 2 of them?
Just 2 of them.
Wow.
And then when they left, now, of course, this is in the middle of the night. He didn't know this was happening. I can imagine waking up at 3 a.m, looking up.
Checking out yeah.
And he looked on his camera and obviously called the daughter immediately and said, I need you to come over here and check this out. And then, of course, they called the authorities. I don't know what you do as a cop in that situation. Like, we'll get right on this.
We'll check that out, yeah.
Anyway, so that came up. Can you believe that? I don't.
That's crazy. But they haven't gone and checked to see, if there's any footprints leading to areas where they might be hiding.
Well, that's the other thing, is that the daughter, who is 36 years old, their last name is Stanhope. I guess she's not remarried, and so she's concerned, and she's saying that now, because she lives on a farm and has horses. And I don't mean to laugh, but she's sitting here going, well, now, if this is an actual ritual, and apparently they've looked it up, and there's some sort of like old tale from the area about this stuff.
No shit.
And now she's going, well, I need to lock my horses up. Can you imagine that? Like, I need to lock my horses up because of because of witches that might be in the area that want to eat my horse.
See, I wasn't worried about that. I'd be worried about how fast can I sell this fucking house and move.
Yeah.
Because can you imagine those witches? You wake up, look outside, and they're sitting there on your front porch or something, eating a ribeye or something. Just
chill it.
Fucking crazy.
And so, but that's the point. Is it's kind of like, what do you do in the situation? Do you move?
Move.
Do you move?
Yep.
Do you? And what I was seeing was that they were talking about how this was some sort of a cult thing, and how it's demonic, and of course, locals are like, "Oh, we've heard of this for 30 years," and it's like, well, you haven't told anybody this. It's seriously is like some weird horror movie plot. But I saw this, and it was impossible for me not to bring it up.
What if it was just Karen and her friend just got drunk one night? Yeah. Don't know what they were eating.
That's what I wonder.
Woke up the next day, they had blood all over themselves, and was like, "What the hell happened, Karen?"
One person actually says that they thought that that these were called Wendigos. Have you heard of that?
No.
A Wendigo is a Native American spirit who possess people and turn them into cannibals.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. So of course, then people are like, "Well, that's probably what it is. Like
well,
it's nothing.
Move.
Like that's not okay." So they're just Wendigos. Or Wendigos. God damn it. It's going to be another apology.
I like the Wendigo.
Wendigo? Let's use that one. So they're saying this creature has long been known among the Algonquin, Ojibwe, Eastern Cree, Saltec, West Main, Swampy Cree, Naskapi, and Inuit peoples.
Interesting.
But
that's crazy.
That is my update with stories.
With the stories.
Because, So I can't imagine that you have anything for me that would top that, but knowing you and your research abilities, I think you might.
Well, I know we touched on it before. I think my phone is learning me better than I know myself.
Are you getting more advertisements?
I continue to get the advertisements and
take these pills.
Get
the banana. What's it? The banana stretcher or banana cleaner. Banana cleaner. Hashtag banana stretcher. Go ahead.
Anyway, so I get a story the other day. And I don't know what the phone is trying to tell me, but it's talking about the benefits of kegels for men.
Kegels for men. That sounds like a hair product.
Kegels for men.
What's a kegel?
So kegel.
Can you spell that?
Kegel.
Okay, kegel.
Now, after looking at the top 5, I know which one the phone was trying to point out for me. But these Kegel exercises, basically what it is you're basically, and ladies, I want you to
I just want to know which one it was pointing out for you.
Visual.
All right,
I need to tell you about the exercise.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Start over because I want the ladies to get this.
The ladies need to learn this exercise because this is what men are doing for you guys.
But what is a Kegel? Okay, you're going to tell me.
A Kegel is basically when you tighten your gooch.
And as we all know, we learned from Stay in the Great podcast that gooch equals the taint area, correct?
The taint area. Taint. So
a Kegel isn't a body part per se; it's the actual exercise.
The actual exercise. So you're basically tightening and loosening.
Weird. I don't even know how to do that.
And what you're trying to do is you're trying to strengthen your pelvic floor.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
but
it sounds good. Pelvic floor. Let's do this.
So of course, my phone. I know why my phone sent me this. the number 2 reason to do this is enhanced sexual function. And it contributes to improve erectile function and better control of your ejaculation.
Well, that sounds like something important.
So if you incorporate your Kegel exercises into a routine, you can experience increased sexual satisfaction and potentially address issues like premature ejaculation. So I threw my phone across the room. But I thought I would look up some other reasons and some boring reasons.
There's always a boring.
So improved your urinary control.
Well,
I guess
who cares about that?
Peeing all over the place.
Who cares about that?
Prostate health support, which, I mean, we're in our 40s. We don't have to worry about that. Recovery after prostate surgery.
Oh.
Which after the doctor...
Just don't have prostate surgery.
Yeah. And after the doctor checked my prostate, I
good.
had to recover from that. And prevention of hernias, which that might be a good idea.
I think hernias are a myth, but go ahead.
You think that's a myth?
No, I'm just kidding.
I've never had one, but...
Are these daily exercises?
Daily, hourly, I think.
Hourly?
I mean, I find myself on my bike just clenching.
I don't even know how to do these.
I'm doing Kegels.
Should we do one right now?
Right now.
Okay, tell me how to do a Kegel.
So think about like you're trying to...
I don't want to think about it while I'm doing this.
Think about a turtle head coming out, and you're trying to hold it in.
Okay.
You're trying to hold it in. Squeeze. Release. Squeeze.
Okay.
You feel it?
I do. Are you doing one too?
I'm doing them too.
Okay.
I'm doing quick ones. And then you can do
Have you been practicing?
I have. It says in here to, hold them and then let them go. Hold them.
How many or how long?
I don't know. I haven't looked into it.
All we're trying to do, ladies and gentlemen, is educate you.
Honestly, I get bored, So I know it's good for you, but then I get bored.
I just imagine it would start to get kind of, it would be uncomfortable after a while. But maybe it's like anything, you get used to it and you can just whip them out,
Now, just an FYI, it does say if you're interested in starting a Kegel routine, it may be helpful to consult with a healthcare professional who can guide you through this.
Would you call us healthcare professionals?
I would think so. In this particular situation,
It seems like you've done your research, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I've read an article.
Look, I have a master's in writing, and you're a criminal justice and sell houses and shit. I mean,
we're good.
What else do you need to know in life?
So that's my 2 cents for all the guys out there listening, and the ladies, all the dumb shit we do for you.
I think that's a great... So what you're saying is that the ladies should probably be encouraging this behavior in the men.
So if you see us with weird looks on our faces and we're just kind of concentrating, we might be doing a Kegel exercise.
If Trey and I go to lunch tomorrow, and you see us, first off, say hi, and we'll sign some stuff as usual. But look at us, and if you see that I'm looking at Trey with this weird squint, it's not because I'm trying to figure out what's going on with his face. It's because I'm doing a Kegel.
We're doing Kegels
together while we eat because we don't have a lot of time.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah. And guess what? We are gonna, if there's ever an event, an apocalypse, we will repopulate the earth because
absolutely
we did our Kegels.
Yep.
Is that what you're telling me?
We're not premature ejaculating everywhere.
Well, the ants will be disappointed about that, as we learned on the last
Screw
episode.
The ants.
That's a great story.
Yes.
Can you guys learn any more from us?
We try.
That's great. Okay. Now I can't stop doing Kegels. Okay. All right, everybody. If you've made it this far, and hold on, should we pause for people that are doing Kegels right now? Does this work for women?
It's supposed to work for women.
It's supposed to. What are the benefits there? Just
I did not Google that.
All right.
It's supposed to tighten down there for them too.
That's all we need to know. Well, we'll look that up later. Women, we did part 1. Part 1 is for the men. We'll look at part 2, Kegels.
For the ladies.
You'll have to tune into the next episode, which, by the way, will be episode 20, Trey.
Wow.
Again, we always seem to talk about things that make it difficult to transition into serious discussion.
Do we?
I don't think Kegels relates to what we're about to talk about. I'm sure if there was anybody that could figure it out, a way to actually kind of be correlated to this, it'd be us. But let's just, for the sake of whatever, let's just move on.
Got it.
Great story.
Done.
Trey and I were really kind of debating on this and whether we should talk about it. And then we ended up saying, yes, if we're talking about it to each other this much, why don't we talk about it to you this much? And it's an issue that's it's going to be very sensitive these days, and it's going to be something that you might look and go, oh, these guys. But all I'm asking you to do is hear us out, listen to the topics at hand, listen to our examples. If you disagree, reach out. Reach out to social media, reach out to email, and let us know, because that's the point. The entire point of the title of our show is to all talk to each other, to stay in the gray. So what we're going to talk about now is Hollywood, mostly, and movies, TV shows, all of the entertainment industry, honestly, who feel at this point in our society that we have to start forcing certain types of casting. Right, Trey?
Tell me more.
What I mean by that is whether it's race, whether it's sexual identity, whether it's, anything that has to do with any of the social issues that we keep talking about. And everybody's all been out of shape. Whether you want to use the offended word, which if you look back to one of I forget which episode it was, but way back in the day, I talked about being offended all the time. Everybody feels like you've got to cast a certain way. It's not about the best actor for the job or the best actor in general. In some cases, Trey, which we'll talk about, some of the best actors in the history of acting. It's not about them. It's about the principle of it. It's about virtue signaling. We learned what that was. And so I'll let you start. There's so many examples. When he and I started talking about this together, it was like we each had like 5 examples. It was like, let's just rapid fire. And we said, that's it. Let's talk about it. I guess what got me thinking about it, Trey, was The Little Mermaid.
Okay.
The new revised Little Mermaid, which again probably is great, entertaining to all. It's a live version, so it's not animated like the original, which was in 1989. I don't know if you remember that.
I do not.
I liked The Little Mermaid. I thought she was hot.
Yeah.
Did you? You don't.
She's a
remember her?
redhead though, so that helped.
Well, I'm okay with the redhead.
I like the redhead.
I think it worked for her, but she was super hot, and I never understood why that fickle prince seemed to have such an issue with her having a tail, a fish tail. Just deal with it, dude. She's hot. Yeah. But anyway, I'll step back from that, and we can talk about that on a different show. But all of a sudden, this new remake is a live version. So they're going to use real people and just different special effects and things like that to make it. And I'm sure it's great in that regard. And they casted a woman named Halle Bailey, not Halle Berry. Don't be confused. That's
crazy how close that is.
Yeah, I know. I thought, I was like, well, she's still going. Well, good for her. Because she is super, super gorgeous, Halle Berry.
Right.
And Halle Bailey is a young black woman who has now been casted as the Little Mermaid for this episode. So if you remember, the Little Mermaid in 1989 in the cartoon version was a white mermaid with red hair.
Right.
Like Scottish or Irish, if you will. Right. Celtic, which, had a soft spot with me. And now they've decided that they're going to cast a black Little Mermaid. There's nothing wrong with making a mermaid black. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And I'm going to emphasize that right away. So if you yell at me down the road here, go back to this spot in the conversation, and I'm telling you, that's not the issue. The issue, Trey, that I have is that it's a character that was already written, and they're taking it away from how it was written. And they're forcing it to be something that it wasn't written as.
It's kind of lazy. Why wouldn't they come up with a new story as opposed to going back to an original story and then just casting somebody new? I mean, what is the point of that? What is Disney trying to pull off with something like that?
That's exactly the point.
Is it them just coming out saying, look what we did because we're Disney and this is the way we're going to be?
Well, that's exactly my point, Trey. I think that what I was going to say at some point during this conversation was that, yes, how about we write a character for a black mermaid and make her the main character of the new Little Mermaid and make Ariel the friend or I don't know, whoever.
Or not even have Ariel
not even have Ariel in it if you don't want her to
story,
be in it. But if you want to, like you said, be lazy and branch off the Little Mermaid, then how about just make a new character and make her kind of a focus?
Right.
And that's the issue. That's a whole issue that I have. But, then, of course, you read stuff about, mermaids and African folklore and things like that. And
yeah. Well, I saw something here. It says that black mermaids have been part of a mythology for a long time. And what they're saying is that going back down here, as far as a time period where Africans were enslaved and violently transported across the ocean to North America and the Caribbean, said a common motif of mermaid legends is that enslaved people who went overboard transferred into water creatures along with their descendants.
Oh, wow. Really?
So, yeah.
So like on the boat over, they fall overboard.
And that's when they became mermaids.
Or is it the ones where they were like thrown overboard? Either one?
Either one. That's the mythology.
And how did they become? Does it say?
It doesn't say. It doesn't specify.
See, I got to know that.
So why? I mean, that would be an interesting story to tell. Something to that effect. But
yeah, well, there you go. And you can make a movie about that or make a movie about whatever.
Is that not as lazy as, like, say, for instance, let's cast, I'm trying to think of the widest actor we can think of that's out there. Like, throw a Ryan Reynolds in and let's redo Black Panther. How lazy is that?
First off, kudos, because Ryan Reynolds is probably, and he'll admit it, I bet, one of the widest actors.
Right.
Ryan Reynolds, Brad Pitt, these guys.
Right. So,
so put him in. Okay, there you go. Everybody listening, tell us what you think. Ryan Reynolds is Black Panther on the next film.
Right.
It's a remake. It's a character that's been established as Black Panther.
Remake. Yeah.
But we're just updating it. We can put a white guy in there.
So,
how would you feel about that?
Right.
And that's the point. And obviously, again, you're going to have people that come and say, "Well, it's white people have always had it good." Well, that doesn't mean you need to shit on everybody now.
Yeah.
Let's, instead of bringing some people down to bring others up, why don't we just bring others up and all be on the same page?
I think it's just laziness. I mean, there's a lot of remakes going on already. Why not develop a new story? For God's sake.
Maybe it's lack of talent. Maybe instead of writing novels and short stories, I need to look at screenplay writing. Now, you and I, Stay in the Gray, will come up with a new mermaid story.
There we go.
With Ariel, the super hot white red. In fact, our Little Mermaid's going to be probably rated R.
Yeah.
We'll have African American. We'll have a little Swedish.
Press 1 for Asian. Press 2 for African American.
And guess what? They're all at the underwater mid-Atlantic lifestyle
there
club.
We go. But it also got brought up to me where the gay community are upset that gay actors are not playing gay roles.
See, I heard that, and I didn't want to believe it. I just felt like, oh man, go ahead.
And so a friend of mine was telling me that she, in fact, was talking to a gay woman about this, and they brought up the movie Philadelphia. So the Philadelphia movie was based on a true story, and
see, I won't lie, I never saw Philadelphia.
I didn't either, unfortunately. And so that's pretty bad on us. But
well, we can't be expected to see every film we talk about.
So the inspiration came from events where attorneys Jeffrey Bowers and Clarence Kane.
Okay.
Says the lives of attorneys Jeffrey Bowers and Clarence Kane. Sorry, Bowers was an attorney who, in 1987, sued the law firm Baker McKenzie for wrongful dismissal of one of the first AIDS discrimination cases.
Okay. I kind of knew what it was about, but that clarifies. Good. Okay.
So think of it this way.
And Tom Hanks was the
Hanks
gay
was the lead role.
Right.
So, and he was the gay. He portrayed the gay lawyer in the movie.
And in real life, he is not in fact gay.
Right. And so this gay woman happened to mention that she's actually thankful that Tom Hanks played this role, because if it wasn't for Tom Hanks playing this role, would this movie have gotten so much notoriety and so much attention? Yeah. If it was just an up-and-coming gay actor that happened to play the role, could have been a great role, but would as many people have seen it had it not been for Tom Hanks playing that role?
Sure, that's great. Well, that's a good point. And correct me if I'm wrong, it also had like some other good cast members, didn't it? It had Denzel
Washington. It had Antonio
Banderas. Yeah, I mean, look at that right there. Those three guys are, I mean, absolutely legit. And you're right. If it's not only just one, but if it's three kind of know it all, then you're right. How many people really watch it in that case? And so I think that's a good point.
So yeah, basically that's what she was alluding to, is that had just any up and coming gay actor played the role, it probably would not have brought this much attention to what they were trying to do. So.
Well, yeah, what's more important, having somebody gay playing the role, or having somebody that brings light to the message? To the message,
yeah.
And that's kind of the point on that regard. And I it's hard. I can't imagine somebody's going to argue that. I mean, is it really about the principle of it? Like, if you want something to be brought to the forefront and have people recognize it, and let's all move forward together, sometimes you can't just, I don't know. I just feel like you can't be petty. Anyway, I mean, that's a great example. I'll give you, how about another example? How about forcing casting? The one that got me was recently, and I know that the story itself wasn't terrible. I think it made sense because, but I'll just tell you, it's the James Bond,
okay.
007. Are you familiar with James Bond movies?
Absolutely.
Okay, I haven't watched a ton of them, but I'm aware that James Bond is a white male special agent. English accent.
Right.
Special agent, right?
Right.
Daniel Craig. Isn't that one of your guys? No.
Daniel Craig, yeah.
That's one of your guys, right?
No.
Who's the other? Oh, Statham. My bad.
He'd be a great 007.
Oh, yeah. Let's get him in there. Let's look. Stay in the Greg podcast is now endorsed. We have now nominated Jason Statham. But actually, that's kind of funny because it leads into the thing. That's probably not going to happen on the next one. You know why?
That's that stereotypical role, right?
Right. They're forcing this new role. How many James Bonds have there been? And I don't know the exact answer. Again, maybe we should be looking this up. But
is that about 5 or 6 at least?
More than that.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you had Connery, you had all these guys, and just since I've been born, there's been like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And so to me, the idea, and everybody either knows or they don't know, there isn't a third option there, but in 2001 there was a movie that came out, and it was called No Time to Die, and they casted a black woman as somebody to actually take over the role of 007.
Interesting. When was this?
This was in 2 years ago. It came out, and what's his name? Daniel Craig was the still in there, but his character went on some sort of hiatus, and I didn't see it, honestly. I won't lie. Maybe we need to watch this together.
We need to start watching these movies as we talk about them.
And so we'll watch these movies, but I don't think I need to watch it to say this. So Daniel Craig is the James Bond, and he goes off, and the story apparently has him going off, and he's done. And in real life, he's said, "I'm done with the character. I've done enough movies."
I thought he was killed in one of the movies.
No, well, apparently not.
Huh.
He's gone. He's moved on. And they said this other woman that came in, and she was going to be the fill in for him, if you will, as 007, black woman. And I guess at the time you're going, okay, that's fine. You know, she filled in. It might have seemed a little forced, but either way, fine, great. And I'm sure she did a great job. I didn't see it. But the concern now is that the top 3 candidates for the next Bond film are her to be 007 James Bond. It's kind of like, again, same with Little Mermaid. I don't have a problem with this. She's fantastic. I've seen her in other things. It's just write a character for her. She can be 00 whatever or whatever. I mean, she can write a character as a special agent for this person.
Right.
You don't have to force it.
A new storyline.
If 007 is gone, James Bond is gone, then bring this young lady in as a powerful, kick-ass black woman and make her a different agent. You don't have to make her the same character. So that's my example there with the James Bond. But there's so many examples. Yeah. It's just forcing it.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I think people are being lazy.
Well, and that's a good point. It's just kind of like, it's all you see now. what's a remake? I mean, even Lion King had one recently I didn't even know about, where they did like some, it wasn't animated. It was more like a real life kind of, I guess I'll call it cinematography. So look, email us, tell me if I'm wrong.
Claymation?
But something like that. where there it looks more real.
Gotcha.
Like the animals look real, but there you can tell there's some sort of effects on them.
Gotcha.
And they did it, and they had the voices, and coming in, of course, that were all different voices than the original. I think most of them were different. And you're sitting there, and even that was talked about being casted to where they needed to make sure that this person was this color or this whatever. And it was just kind of like, okay, it just seems to me like everything's forced, and I don't know why we're stressing over it. And again, I don't care. Will I see this movie? I'm not going to like boycott it per se, but there are people that will. I don't know if I agree with that. I agree with everybody doing what they want to do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's causing division. So I guarantee you, if you had wrote a story about a mermaid that was black and she was just as cool, and it was a great storyline, and a movie was good, and everybody goes and sees it, guess what? Everybody's good. There's no, I'm not going to see that because of this.
Right. But I think Disney should be ready for the backlash, because they're going to get it, obviously. So it's going to happen, because that's the kind of world we are. But again, was it necessary to do that way? Why not come up with a new character? Why not a new story, a new whatever? So
yeah, and I mean there's a lot of pressure in Hollywood right now to do this. And we were talking earlier, and you brought up another great example of a TV show.
Oh, The Wonder Years.
The Wonder Years, great show. I mean, I remember as a kid watching it, and Fred Savage, and I guess it was the 70s, right, when that show took place.
Yeah.
Winnie Cooper.
She
was cute, right?
Goodness gracious.
Becky Slater. Wow, how did I remember that name? But she was the other. She was the blonde. She was like the opponent of Winnie Cooper.
Okay.
But
I don't remember her.
You're like, okay.
I just remember Winnie Cooper.
But you were set on Winnie Cooper. But all of a sudden they've come out with a new show called The Wonder Years, and it's about a black family. Great. There's a lot of shows about black families and that I love. I mean, Fresh Prince, all of them. I mean, back in the day, didn't you watch Family Matters?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I mean, there's tons of them.
Yeah.
Martin.
I love some Martin.
And even beyond that, Jeffersons and 227 and some of these other shows that were fantastic.
Wow.
I mean, I'm bringing it way back. I wasn't alive for those, but I've seen them in syndication.
Yeah.
So, but that's the point, is that there are shows about black families that are great. Why did you need to take The Wonder Years, which was about a white family, and make it about a black family?
Yeah, I don't get it.
There was also one, the Goldbergs? The Goldbergs. Have you ever seen that?
Mm-hmm.
The 80s show? Yeah. Fantastic show. And they took it and they tried to take kind of like some of the like a couple of the characters from Goldbergs, and they made it into a show about a black family. And it made a couple seasons, but quit doing that. Just make a new show. I'll watch it. We'll watch it, right?
Right.
And I just feel like they're just all forced, and if they would do it the other way, things would be great. So what do you think? I mean,
I think we need to come back with an all-white Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I don't know how that would work out.
Well, we're on it now. We're on it. And no one steal this from us. # white Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
How cheesy
would that work?
That wouldn't come off
Would
very
we
well.
star in that? Would you be Will Smith, or would I be? And would you be, what's the other guy, his friend, Jazz?
Jazz, yes.
Who would be Jazz, me or you? One of us.
I think I would be Jazz.
You might be Jazz?
He's always thrown out of places and stuff.
We could do the little high five they do.
I would be Jazz, definitely.
Although I tell you what, that Ashley, the young girl, she ended up being quite a good looking lass.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uncle Phil, who would be Uncle Phil?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good question. See, we have to start casting immediately. But we'll talk.
Like John Goodman, maybe?
Well, he lost all that weight.
Oh, he can't do that. Yeah. What about the guy from Mike and Molly? I don't know his name.
Did he lose weight too? Is everybody
think he
losing
lost
weight?
weight.
Okay, oh, he's still good.
Yeah,
okay.
I think
Well,
she
maybe
lost weight, but I don't think he lost weight.
He could be our dada.
Yeah, he can be that.
He's probably like 2 years older than we
Yeah.
are, or younger.
And then we'll have Jennifer Aniston as the mom.
Jennifer Aniston's mom, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I mean, she had to have listened to our podcast already about her and how much we support her.
Man,
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be able to focus
I
if
don't
she was
think
our
so either.
mom.
I'd be hugging my mom every day.
Aunt Viv. She'd be Aunt Viv.
I like it.
But that's we laugh, but that's the point, Trey. You make a great point. Is that if we took a black show and remade it into a white show, it wouldn't be tolerated. It wouldn't be accepted. And so why is it okay the other way? Just because of 100 years ago and certain other issues that have nothing to do with the entertainment industry? So I don't know. I mean, I just feel like that's something. It's just something to think about. That's all we're doing tonight is letting you think about it. And will you see a Little Mermaid with the black Little Mermaid?
I don't think I would see a Little Mermaid even if she was white and redheaded.
Even
so,
if she was
no.
your dream girl?
No, probably not.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. This young black lady is a pretty attractive woman. So I'm not opposed to seeing it. I'm just disappointed that they felt like they had to take that particular character
Right.
and force it. Was she the best candidate at auditions? We won't know, but I guarantee you there were a shitload of people that auditioned. And
I can imagine.
And if they felt like they needed to cast, I mean, were they immediately going, "You're white with red hair," and you and I would go, "Wow, that's perfect." And they had an agenda, so they said, "Nope, you're out."
I think I auditioned. I don't think I could fit that halter top like she did. So
It kind of fell off you. It slid down.
didn't work out as well.
You didn't have black skin or red hair.
No, either one.
Either one. So that was
Either
probably your downfall.
Yeah, that's the only thing that got me.
I wouldn't give up though. I'd keep going for the next one.
Yeah.
I mean, there's bound to be a sequel to this film.
I need to start working on my swimming skills with that Little Mermaid tail.
Yeah, that was the problem. They asked you to get into the big pool, and
I couldn't do
you
it.
couldn't swim a lap. You were like,
No.
doggy paddle.
I just kind of sunk to the bottom.
Mermaids don't doggy paddle.
No.
So anyway, so that was that, and I hope you guys just give something to think about.
So, as we're getting older, Ryan, I'm always looking for something to help me physically, to help me mentally, just to help get me through the day. And so,
You're talking about drugs?
sure. While I was on drugs, I read this article, and it popped up about cold showers, which normally I would be like, hell no, I'm not taking a cold shower.
Yeah, I'm not I like cold weather, but I'm not a fan of
I
cold
love
showers.
hot showers, but I read even with hot showers, I have dry skin, and it's bad for dry skin. So it's bad to take hot showers. So anyway, so I started reading this article about taking cold showers and how it has several benefits, both physically and with your mental well-being. So I thought, okay, let's try it out. So for the last, I don't know, about week and a half, I've actually started taking cold showers. And so some of the cool things that came up, or it says in the article, I should say, some of the things that it helps is increased alertness and energy.
Like immediate or just for a extended period of time, or does it say?
It says it can provide an instant energy boost and help you
Okay, I
feel
like
more
that.
awake and alert. It said it stimulates the body's sympathetic nervous system, leading to increased heart rate and improved circulation.
Can I take these like every hour?
Right.
To like reboost you.
Because I am tired right now. Improved mood and mental health. It says so. It's linked to a reduction in symptoms of depression and anxiety. So I just need to stay in a cold shower.
Yeah. Why don't we do the show from a cold shower next time?
Right. And it does say that the cold water triggers the release of endorphins, which are known as the feel-good hormones. And so basically improves your mood and provides a sense of well-being. So I thought that's nice. I can do that.
And get my wife in one of these shows.
Just spray a cold water hose at all day. Come here, baby.
Yeah. Why are you spraying me? Oh, but don't you feel better?
Don't you feel better?
Aren't you in a great mood now?
Wait for the endorphins. And this is one we both need: enhanced recovery after exercises.
Goodness.
So obviously it can aid in post-workout recovery by reducing inflammation and muscle soreness. The cold water constricts blood vessels and reduces swelling, potentially speeding up the recovery process, which God knows I need to speed up. Skin and hair health. Cold showers benefit the skin and hair. Said it helps tighten the pores, reducing likelihood of clogged pores and acne breakouts. It can also help maintain natural oils in the hair, making it appear shinier and healthier.
So everything in the world. I mean, it seems like everything about the human body is going to be benefited by a cold shower.
That's what, and that's why I started taking them.
But is it? Oh, so how long have you been doing this?
About a week and a half. Yeah.
Wow, you didn't tell me you were actually doing this.
Yeah, I tried it.
Look at,
It doesn't say for how long,
ladies and gentlemen. Here at Stay in the Great Podcast, we are dedicated.
Right.
Trey gives us new information about a subject, and he not only gives us the information, he is living
doing it right now.
He's living it.
Let me tell you, it's not working out as well as this damn article
It's not
says.
working out. Well, but you're right. That was my next question: was how long? I mean, do you need a shampoo?
I read somewhere 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, but my showers are a little longer.
But then again, I don't know how cold the water has to be, so I'm not crazy.
And do you do a full soap shampoo?
I do shampoo, yeah. So
a little pleasure.
So a little rinse off.
Off. Do you? Okay, that would be my thing. If it's a full shower, then it needs to be about 5 to 10 minutes. It's a shampoo and a soap of your body.
Yep.
That would be how that's how I think of it as a shower. So it doesn't say.
Doesn't specify in this particular article. I did read at some point anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes in a cold shower.
If you were to get in the shower and immediately go, oh my God, it's cold, and get out, that doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
Okay, just making sure.
Unless you're doing, oh my God, it's cold for 3 to 5 minutes.
3 to 5, and maybe in the middle of that, throw some shampoo on.
Yeah,
fast. Okay.
real quick.
Okay.
So last two, increased resilience to stress and
I need that.
boosted immune system.
Oh, I need that. My little...
Especially when you have little kids around. You got to boost it as much as possible.
Keep bringing stuff in. My 3-year-old's still not feeling well today. He's up all night now, and have you ever felt bad, Trey? I don't mean to get off topic, but if I know you have. We're old. We've been around for a while.
Yeah.
When you have like fluish and you're just a fever and you don't feel well in the middle of the night and you have weird dreams and you can't sleep. It's just very weird.
Turn,
it's almost like in your dreams you can't sleep, and so therefore you can't sleep in your life. Well, my 3-year-old I think is going through that. He talks in his sleep.
Oh.
Because he has me now. I'm like staying in there with him when he's sick. He doesn't feel well. Okay, Dad, come sleep with me. Great. He's in a big. We got him a big double bed, so it's not like I'm not crawling in the crib,
right,
with him. And so I'm laying in there, and it's quite comfy, and everything's good. And all of a sudden, he freaks out in his dreams and starts freaking out, talking. He asks for water. I give him his water jug, and he just doesn't respond. It's in his dream. And so I'm sitting there in the middle of the night, and he's next to me, and of course he shifts around, so he doesn't just sleep in one position. And all of a sudden, I get Mr. Taekwondo over here. I get a side kick to the face at like 2, 3 in the morning, and I woke up. I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me! And he's just all nice and
right,
comfortable. And then he wakes up and he's hot and he's fever and whatever else. So I haven't got any sleep, to tell you the truth. So. Nice. Immune system. The point of all this is that if a cold shower will help this family defend against my 3 and 1-year-old, then I'm going to start tomorrow.
Well, it says it enhances the immune system by increasing production of white blood cells, which are crucial for fighting off infections and diseases.
They are crucial for that, for sure.
So there you go. So benefits of cold showers.
So you've been in about a week and a half.
Yes.
Okay. Well, are you going to give up or are you going to keep going?
No, I'll keep trying it.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm trying to figure out if I should go colder because I don't know if it. I mean, it seems for me it's cold.
Yeah.
So maybe I should try a little colder.
You don't like cold anything.
I hate cold anything. So.
Are you allowed to take a hot shower in between? Like, can you do a cold one in the morning and a hot one at night, or are you supposed to stay cold?
Yes, you can.
Cold all the time.
I have to see the consistency. I've been doing cold every time I take a shower.
Okay.
So usually after I work out, I'll take a quick shower or do a bike ride. I'll jump in and kind of rinse off a little bit.
That commitment, ladies and gentlemen.
I got to stay clean.
Is why he's the research king. Okay, well that's good stuff. I may try. I may try it too, and I may have my wife try and see what she can do.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you try it cold tonight, babe?
Yeah, please God.
I mean, I would do anything if you try cold. I mean, she'll be like, "Why do you say that?" I'd be like, "There's absolutely no reason at all. You're lovely."
Yeah.
I just thought a cold shower might
Please.
help you. But anyway, man, I feel like if there's any question on whether or not we give you guys great knowledge, current events, affairs from the present that will lead you forward in life, they've been answered in the last few shows. We have given you everything you need to know to move forward. You should not swim with killer whales. Stay in the boat.
You should not zigzag run.
You should
from
not
alligators.
zigzag when you're running from alligators, in this case, crocodiles. In fact, I wonder if Okoro and Jam even know that.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah. We'll have to ask them when we get there. Have you heard this? Because we heard this.
We're ready.
They may tell us to zigzag for a different reason, but
Just to laugh. Yeah.
Can you see them way far away? Just like, look at the white boys zigzagging. There's like 4 crocodiles laughing as well. They're all laughing. But anyway, we've given you a little bit of everything, and I think that, I hope everybody thinks about this forced casting thing, and understands that it's not about having a gay actor, a black actor. It's not about that. It's about taking
a woman actor.
It's about taking a character and letting that character be who it was written to be. And if we should all start writing other characters. That's the point. So, man, good show tonight. We are rolling them out. How do you feel, Trey?
Good.
Yeah, good. Not just good, but good.
Good.
Well, I have something that I read that really put things in perspective for me, because you and I like to bitch a lot. I like to bitch a lot. You do too, but I can only take credit for myself.
I do bitch a lot.
I
Yes.
bitch about people, and I've said it numerous times, how much people annoy me, and how I find myself maybe 6 times a day at least saying, I don't like human beings and humanity is lost, etc.
And I'm in a customer service industry,
Oof.
which makes it even more difficult. So go ahead.
Yes, I can't even imagine dealing with people on the roadways, much less, and then going and dealing with them in a customer service type.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen, he's not sitting there taking your calls. So if you call about your phone, that's not Trey.
That's not me?
He's earned his way up.
Yes.
He's dealing with
I let it go to voicemail.
he can let you go to voicemail now, and he won't get fired. But so there's something I read, and it says the following, Trey. The next time you think people are idiots, which for us is all the time, right? I walk around again every day. Idiot. These people are idiots. Why are people such idiots? Remember that if they weren't idiots and they were a lot smarter, then you would be the idiot.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
And so I'm going to sit there next time. I read this today. Next time I go, this guy is, I'll be like, thank you.
Thank you.
Because now I am able to say this to you and you not say it to me.
There we go.
Doesn't that make sense?
That makes perfect sense.
In an odd way, it makes great sense. So take that away, everyone, as we leave you tonight. And just be thankful for the idiots out there.
Thankful for the idiots. I love it.
I love it. That's great. Hashtag thankful for the idiots.
Thankful for the idiots.
Look, how many hashtags we have? Like 50 now?
Yeah.
Don't even think about taking them. Anything else, my man?
Have we told our friend about these hashtags? I don't know if we've mentioned her name. So
we have. I mentioned him like 6 times last time, and she was like, it was so weird hearing my name, and
so
I kind of liked
Allison
it.
if we can use these hashtags on our T-shirts, our coffee mugs.
Allison answers to me.
Gotcha.
Well, okay, take that back.
When is Allison going to be on the show?
I got to take that back because
that.
Otherwise I'm going to get yelled at. No, yeah. I think we can use hashtags. In fact, she brought up that we should use hashtags and we should use sayings and have our. And I said, well, if you listen to a bunch of the shows, we have a lot of those, but I don't know if they're appropriate. She goes, okay, never mind. So we're going to start now, and every time we do this, let's document.
Right.
Because we could get a whole thing of hashtags and get it rolling.
I like it.
Yeah, we do that pretty well, don't we?
We do. We come up with some. What was it? I like we age like weird cheese.
That was fantastic. I still think about that one.
Yeah.
Because I think it's weirdly accurate.
Yeah. I don't disagree.
And then the taint equals gooch, or gooch equals taint. Hashtag gooch equals taint. No one's going to take that from us.
Nope.
But they'll be sad that they didn't.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm out for tonight. Are you good to go?
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Later.
Love you.
Is it safe to catch an alligator from behind?
I think that's probably the only way to do it.
With or without dinner first?
Without. He needs to be hungry.